Welcome to the Brightside Live. My name is Michelle Katz, and I'm the founder of the Plus One Adoption Foundation. We put on a program monthly called the Brightside Live, basically highlighting someone who has a positive effect on the adoption space. So we actually have a twofer for you today. Someone from Kidsave, who we actually connected with in January, the founder, Randy Thompson. Today, we're going to be talking with Lauren Reicher Gordon. She's also from Kidsave, and she is the senior vice president and director of the programs there. Carolina, who's also joining us from Canada, I believe. And feel free to join. I see that there's waving going on. I'm loving it. So come and join us live. And we're going to learn about the program they put on. It's called Summer Miracles Program. We touched a little bit on it in January, which kind of gave us the idea. Let's join forces and get everyone on together. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. Great. Hi. Now we have, hello. Can you hear me? I don't hear you. So just make sure your volume's up. I don't hear you. If anyone's on and it's just me, please let me know. Can you hear me? Here, let me do this. Can you hear me? If so, go like this. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, thanks, Kim. Appreciate you. You can't hear her. Can you hear me? Let's see if it's kind of narrow the issue. I can't hear you. If anyone could put in the chat whether they can hear me. I'll put a little note in here. Can anyone hear me? Okay, so I can be heard. Only me so far. I'm gonna keep trying. Okay, super. Thank you. I can be heard. So let's see if we can get the audio working on the other end here. And in the meantime, we also have Carolina who's joining us. So let's see. I'm going to try to get her on. And then we're going to get this party started as soon as we have everybody. In the meantime, while technology, we're working that sort of thing out, please know that we do put on these Brightside Lives every month to highlight someone in the adoption space. And just in January, we had one of the co-founders, Randy Thompson, she joined us. So if you missed that one, just scroll down on the grid and please check that one out too. It's a great, oh, okay, we lost Kidsave. Hopefully she'll figure out the audio. And then today we've joined forces, Kidsave and Summer Miracles. So really looking forward to hearing from our guests. And you know, the mission of the Plus One Adoption Foundation is really to close the gap between waiting children and wanting families. by providing vetted resources, because there's just too much information out there. And how do we know what's legitimate and what is not? So we have Kidsave today with miracles, summer miracles, and they haven't joined yet. So what I might do, well, I don't want to lose you, those that are already have joined. So I'll give it another moment or so to see if they can get on. And if not, we'll just figure out our tech glitches in the back and then come right back and have this live, a much anticipated live. I see a lot of people coming in. Thanks for the waves. I appreciate it. I'm trying to wave to you back as quickly as possible while we wait for our guests. And let's see if we can get them on. So I heard about Kidsave about a year ago and have been in touch with them ever since because of someone I know who used the program. Multiple people who were aware of it, but more on the West Coast, whereas I'm in Chicago. So I had a really interesting conversation and then the live in January to get to know Kidsave. And it's phenomenal what they're doing. And it just so happens that one of their programs anyway is with Columbia. And I have two children who are Colombian born. And so it was a really neat connection for me personally as well. And my eldest, who was adopted at 4 months old, now 20 in college, she spent the summer in Colombia last summer doing an internship at the orphanage she came from. So if you're interested in hearing her story, please do go to the grid. We posted it. It's in 2 parts in September of 2025. So that might be another episode, if you will, that you might want to check out. Let's see what's happening with our guests. No requests as of yet. Let's see if we have any messages. Oh, I have one. Great. Accept. I've accepted you, Carolina. Join me, please. Okay, wonderful. Okay. So,
Hi, Michelle.
hi. Oh, and I hear you too, which is
Okay,
amazing.
great. I am Carolina.
Yes, Carolina. It's great to meet you. Carolina, who's actually sitting in Canada today. Do I have that right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So now we just need Lauren to join, but what we can do, and Lauren, if you can hear us, request to join, and then I'll accept, and then hopefully the audio will be figured out by then. I know we can do this, but in the meantime, while we're waiting for Lauren to get on, Carolina, please tell us about yourself, and tell us about Summer Miracles. I know you're the program manager there.
Yes. So my name is Carolina Moreno. I have been working with Summer Miracles since 2016. So this is my 10th anniversary.
Wow.
It's amazing. Yes. I am from Colombia. I was born in Colombia.
Yay! Hold on,
Mm.
just pause. Sorry,
Hi,
Carolina, just
Lauren.
for a brief moment to
Hi.
welcome Lauren, and I hear you perfectly.
Thank goodness. I'm sorry for the delay, but we're here.
Okay, super. Thank you so much. So we've just gotten started, a little bit of background, which you already know, since you presumably know Carolina already. So Carolina, please continue. And we want to hear more about you and how you got connected with Summer Miracles, and the work that they're doing.
Yeah. So I was born in Colombia and raised. I moved to Canada 3 years ago. And right when we moved, my first thought was like, what's going to happen with my program, Summer Miracles, my kids, which is what I love doing. And here I am, because I do believe in hosting. I do believe in connecting older kids with forever families. So that's why I am celebrating my 10th anniversary with Summer Miracles.
So that's beautiful. So you didn't move to Canada until 3 years ago. Where were you before? Were you in California or were you in Colombia?
In Colombia.
Okay. So you were working on the Colombian side. Okay. And so is there still the Summer Miracles program that's working out of Colombia and you're just facilitating from Canada?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Now we're going to have to back up, of course, because there's people who are going to listen to this or who are listening now are like, what do you mean by hosting? So, but I want to put a pin in that just for a moment so that Lauren can introduce herself and Kidsave. And it's so great to see you and hear you today.
Yeah, it's great to see you again, Michelle. Yeah, so I've been with Kidsave, gosh, I'm on my 26th year. It's been, an amazing experience and a job that, I'm so lucky to wake up and do every morning. But what we do at Kidsave is, as Carolina started to mention, and her passion as well as mine, is to find families and lasting connections for the older kids. That's always been our focus. These are the kids that are often overlooked because they're in foster care and orphanages, and they're really overlooked because of their age. They want the same thing every kid wants, to belong, to have a family, and that's what we're here to do. These are the kids that have the least likelihood of being adopted and the greatest likelihood of exiting care with no one.
Let me ask you, what age range are we talking about?
Well, we're working primarily in Colombia with kids between the ages of 11 and 14. They're single kids and sibling sets, some very large because that's what the need is.
Mm-hmm.
And, kids with a lot of hope and desire and these are all kids that really want to connect and have a family.
So how do they sign up? How do they know about the program? And are they they're in Colombia. Is it always Colombia to US? Is that the program right now?
We've worked in so many countries, but for the last several years, we've been working just in Colombia. And Carolina works hard on the selection and the referrals of the children. Carolina, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so kids are from all around the country. We do have kids coming from the biggest cities, but also from the smallest towns. Colombia is divided by regions. I would say in the US, those would be states.
Mm-hmm.
We have a ground team that will travel to the regions to meet with their caregivers, with their social workers, their psychologists, and with the kids. We really want to have a good understanding of their needs, of their personalities, of their dreams. That's what we always tell them. We all work together to make them achieve or to help them achieve their dreams. We have identified kids that would like to be adopted but remain in Colombia. So probably they will not be proposed to our summer program. But 10 years ago, when I started visiting the regions, very few kids will know about this opportunity. Right now, we usually meet kids that another child from the foster home traveled and was adopted, or also the teams work a lot with the kids on which are their chances or their possibilities. We've seen that hosting and traveling as part of our Summer Miracles from Colombia to the US for 5 weeks, and we will share a little bit more about Summer Miracles. It's maybe their very last chance to be part of a family. They have been for many years declared already in adoption. Their parental rights have been terminated, but Colombia has not been able to identify a permanent family for them.
And so what does the program look like? The length of time you said was 5 weeks, right? And then they get the kids get matched with people who are interested in adoption, or are some just interested in the experience? What's the expectation? If you could fill us in on all that.
We have a lot of families who come to us that really want to build their family. I want to just share that we are open to all families, all family dynamics, families with kids, families that are single, married, same-sex couples. We really are very inclusive in helping our families find a child and build their family. But I lost track of your question, Michelle. I was so excited to answer.
Well, I appreciate you answering the question about same-sex couples because that was a question that came up in the chat. So I'm glad you hit
Yeah.
on that early on. And I guess, it's kind of like, what's the agenda? So they arrive, they're matched with families, and then how are the kids spending, and the families spending these 5 weeks?
I think I just want to add that because these children, as we said, are evaluated in terms of we speak with the kids and the caregivers of the kids to make sure that they're good candidates, they're appropriate candidates to travel. They can handle an experience traveling across from Colombia to the United States for a 5-week visit. That's a long time. These are our little heroes who travel here. And we work closely with our agency partners who are really working on the ground with our families. Families have to go through a very long process, a lot of criteria they have to complete in order to become a host family. And then our social work partners work with those families to determine what child might be a good fit for them, if the families can meet the needs of the children. So there is quite a process in determining which children go with which family. We don't hold children for kids. We wait for families to be evaluated. We wait to make sure that what their commitment is before that matching process starts.
And would you say, like, based on, for the number of people, it's like, what would you say percentage wise and how many kids come for a 5-week session? Is it one time, or is it over time? Sorry, I'm asking it's like a lot of questions in one.
We have 5 kids. They come for 5 weeks in the summer, 3 weeks in the winter. Our goal is to bring, we would love to bring 50 kids, 100 kids, but we really need the families. We need the families to come and open their homes and their lives to these kids. Families do not have to make a lifelong commitment to adoption to host. They can see if this is the right pathway for them by hosting a child, if this is the way they want to build their child. Their family, and they also are introducing kids to their friends and their families and their networks. And that increases the chances for a child to find their forever family when they're here in the United States. But it really gives families an opportunity to see if this is the right path for them.
Also to understand.
Sorry, go ahead, Carolina.
Also, because when you think about a referral or an adoption, you will receive a lot of paper, but through the paper, you won't be able to meet really their personalities, their interests, and also have a better understanding how your family dynamic will change by bringing a child from a different culture with a different language adopted internationally.
Sorry. I don't want to forget about language. So let's talk about that. Finish with your thought, and then let's talk about that.
So this is an opportunity for the kids, but it's also a great opportunity for your family. If you have kids, bringing another child into your family dynamic will give you a better sense of how you will adjust your routine, your structure, your daily life. For the kids, it's opening so many opportunities. I would say, and of course, every season is different, but 76% of the kids who participate in our Summer Miracles or Winter Miracles program are adopted in the US. But even for those who didn't find a permanent home because they aged out and we just tried to find them a family when they're about to age out, their very last opportunity, you are making a difference in their lives. You are offering a family environment, even if it's just for 5 weeks.
Yeah, I wondered how the kids are set up. Like, what is their expectation when they come? It's going to be different on the adult side, like on the family side. What do the kids understand the experience to be? And I don't want to forget about language and how difficult is that an issue? Because I would imagine, do these kids speak English? Are there host families that? I would expect not.
The kids do have several workshops before they come, but they don't speak English. We encourage our families to take classes so they have a better, they're able to communicate with the kids. They can start taking lessons early on when they first come join us. But there are lots of great translation devices that families can use. We also help them to identify translators when they need help. But they really create their own level